April 21st, 1802. The Wahhabi sack of Karbala. On April 21st, 1802, a force of 12,000 Wahhabis from Najd, led by Abdul Aziz ibn Muhammad, sacked the city of Karbala in Iraq. The Wahhabis, who were a per-nautical Islamic sect, were opposed to the Shia Muslims who controlled Karbala. The Wahhabis killed over 3,000 inhabitants of Karbala, including women and children. They also plundered the city's shrines, including the tomb of Husayn ibn Ali, the grandson of Prophet Muhammad. The Wahhabi sack of Karbala was a major event in the history of Islam. It was a brutal attack on a holy city that was revered by Shia Muslims around the world. The attack also led to a backlash against the Wahhabis, who were condemned by many Muslim leaders. The sack of Karbala had a lasting impact on the city. The city's shrines were rebuilt, but the scars of the attack remain. The attack is also remembered as a symbol of a sectarian violence that has plagued Iraq for centuries. 1806. The action of the 21st of April. On April 21st, 1806, a French frigate, the Canary, escaped British forces off the coast of South Africa during the Napoleonic Wars. The Canary was under the command of Captain Charles Moreau. The British forces, led by Captain William Barnard of the HMS Tremendous, were patrolling the area when they encountered the ship. The British ships opened fire on that other ship, but the French ship was able to escape. The French ship was a fast and maneuverable ship, and it was now able to evade British ships. The British ships were also hampered by the shallow waters off the coast of South Africa. The French ship's escape was a minor victory for the French, but it was also a setback for the British. The British had been hoping to capture that ship, but it would have been a valuable prize. 1809. The first day of the Battle of ECMO. On April 21st, 1809, the first day of the Battle of ECMO, Napoleon Bonaparte and his French army decisively defeated 2 Austrian corps at Landshut, while 2 French corps held off the main Austrian army to the north. Napoleon's brilliant flanking maneuver allowed him to surround and defeat the 2 Austrian corps, which were forced to retreat in disarray. The French victory at Landshut was a major turning point in the War of the Fifth Coalition, and it paved the way for Napoleon's subsequent victory at ECMO on April 22nd. 1821. Bendel Ali Pasha's brief tenure at Grand Vizier. On April 21st, 1821, Bendel Ali Pasha arrived in Constantinople as the new Grand Vizier of the Ottoman Empire. He was a capable and experienced administrator, but he was also a controversial figure. He was born in Bender, Moldova in 1770. He rose to the ranks of the Ottoman bureaucracy, and he served as a governor of several provinces before being appointed Grand Vizier. His arrival to Constantinople coincided with the outbreak of the Greek War of Independence. He was tasked with suppressing the rebellion, but was unable to achieve any significant success. In addition, he was opposed by the Janissaries, who were a powerful military corps that had become increasingly corrupt and rebellious. The Janissaries were eventually forced Bendel to resign on May 10, 1821. Bendel was sent to exile in Cyprus, where he died in 1821. His brief tenure as Grand Vizier was a failure, but it is significant because it marked the beginning of the end of the Janissaries' power. 1836. The Battle of San Juanito. On April 21st, 1836, the Battle of San Juanito was fought between the Republic of Texas forces under Sam Houston and troops under Mexican General Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna. The battle was a decisive victory for the Texans, and it led to the end of the Texas Revolution. The battle took place on the banks of the San Juanito River in present-day Harris County, Texas. The Texans, outnumbered about 2-1, surprised the Mexican forces at dawn. The Texans charged the Mexican camp, shouting, "Remember the Alamo! Remember the Goliad!" The battle lasted only 18 minutes, and the Texans killed or captured over 600 Mexicans, including Santa Anna. Santa Anna was captured and forced to sign the Treaty of Velasco, which recognized the independence of the Republic of Texas. The Battle of San Juanito was a turning point in the history of Texas, and it helped to establish the state as a sovereign nation. 1856. Birth of the 8-Hour Day. On April 21st, 1856, a significant milestone in workers' rights unfolded in Australia as stonemasons and building workers in Melbourne undertook a historic march from the University of Melbourne to the Parliament House. Their goal? To advocate for the establishment of an 8-hour workday. Amidst the backdrop of the Australian labor movement, these workers voiced their demands for a fair and reasonable work schedule. The march symbolized a collective stand against the prevailing long working hours and the desire for improved working conditions. This historic event laid the foundation for the eventual achievement of the 8-hour workday, a fundamental right that became a cornerstone of workers' rights globally. The courage and solidarity displayed by these Australian laborers on April 21st, 1856 resonate through the annals of labor history, marking a crucial step forward in the ongoing struggle for fair and humane working conditions. 1894. Norway adopts the Krag Jorgensen rifle. On April 21, 1894, Norway made a significant leap in modernizing its armed forces by formally adopting the Krag Jorgensen bolt-action rifle as its primary firearm. This marked a strategic decision that would have a lasting impact, as the Krag Jorgensen rifle became the backbone of the Norwegian military for nearly 50 years. The Krag Jorgensen rifle, designed by Norwegian inventors Ole Herman, Johannes Krag, and Erik Jorgensen, represented a cutting-edge advancement in firearm technology. Its innovative bolt-action mechanism allowed for faster and more reliable reloading, contributing to improved efficiency on the battlefield. The adoption of this rifle by Norway reflected the nation's commitment to modernizing its military equipment and ensuring its armed forces were equipped with state-of-the-art weaponry. The rifle's reliability and durability were evident, as it served as the standard-issue firearm for Norwegian soldiers through various conflicts and geopolitical shifts. For almost 5 decades, the Krag rifle played a crucial role in the defense of the security of Norway. Its longevity in service stands as a testament to the rifle's effectiveness and the foresight of the Norwegian military in selecting a firearm that could adapt to the evolving demands of warfare. 1898. U.S. Navy initiates Cuban blockade. On April 21, 1898, a pivotal moment unfolded in the lead-up to the Spanish-American War as the United States Navy commenced a blockade of Cuban ports. This strategic move marked a critical step in the intensifying tensions between the United States and Spain over the situation in Cuba. The blockade was a response to the deteriorating conditions in Cuba, where the Cuban War of Independence against Spanish rule had been ongoing. The United States, sympathetic to the Cuban cause, sought to exert pressure on Spain and protect American interests in the region. Notably, when the U.S. Congress issued a formal declaration of war on April 25th, it retroactively acknowledged that a state of war had existed since April 21st. This declaration underscored the significance of the naval blockade as the de facto commencement of hostilities between the United States and Spain. The Spanish-American War, sparked by a combination of factors including the sinking of the U.S. Maine and the harsh Spanish suppression of the Cuban insurgency, had far-reaching consequences. It marked the emergence of the United States as a global military power and resulted in the acquisition of territories such as Puerto Rico, Guam, and the Philippines by the United States.